TikTok, come on in, come on in. We're gonna make sure we finish up segment 3 since they was tripping over that way. See, man, it's the only thing that don't let me do what I wanted to do over here so much as far as when it comes to the picture. We'll just put that one up there, I guess. All right, I'll give y'all a few minutes to come in, and then we'll go ahead and start. Let's see what time it is. Okay. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. We got a few more minutes, then we're going to start. We're going to go ahead and start, all right? Because I know I got to get out of here, but I want to get this, I want to get segment 3 put in here since they didn't allow us to do it over there, or it was going to be too touchy. And shoot, we ended up getting a thing anyways over there. All right. Y'all come on in. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna pick it up from where we stopped at. So those that's tuning in here on Facebook Live, the video credit is going to Fairy Tales. The title is Meek Mills finally reveals what Diddy allegedly did behind closed doors. We're not saying that he did or didn't. We're just saying some things said here are alleged. All things said is for entertainment and educational purposes only. And so, all right, Lori, you here? You here? Good, good. Okay. Yeah, everybody else when they file in, they'll just have to catch up with us. We're gonna go ahead and start, Lori. We're gonna pick it up where we paused it at over on the TikTok live. Okay.
Windows to him. People are looking at that and saying Meek Mill is wrong for saying no Diddy. But you can't tell a man how to spend his money and how to make love to his wife.
Tell my homie
This
Reaper
happened
I
a long
said
time
what's
ago.
up.
But they recently just made a statement that they found loads of cocaine.
I
we ain't got what to do they did with the cocaine because they didn't turn it over to the police. They said they found loads of cocaine, razor blades. They said that the sheets were bloody, nasty. They found a whole lot of used condoms.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it was a Diddy party.
Gene Deal doesn't speak lightly, especially when someone who's lived inside the bad boy empire starts sounding alarms about consequences. He's not talking about missed meetings or sloppy contracts. He's pointing to the real price Meek Mill paid for getting too close to a system designed to exploit vulnerability, where opportunity was never truly free, just cleverly disguised. The pattern became impossible to ignore on May 3rd, 2014, when Diddy dropped $25,000 to rent out the Parisian Palace in Las Vegas for Meek's 27th birthday. To the outside world, it read like generosity. To those who knew the inner workings, it was an investment, and every investment demands a return. That night was never about celebration. Lines were crossed, boundaries shifted. Property manager Jason Hayes later noted unsettling signs left behind, raising serious questions about what
Hey,
really
says you made it.
That Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that shit. And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mills, one of the street guys that came out of there, and you trying to fit into something, get you. These guys never set out to do all this shit. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be.
Gene's reaction said it all. This wasn't a shock. It was confirmation of what industry insiders had long murmured but rarely voiced. When someone who's seen the darkest corners of the business calls an event deeply troubling, it signals that boundaries were crossed far beyond what the public could imagine. That night wasn't about celebrating Meek. It was about weakening him. He was meant to embody Philadelphia's resilience, But instead, he became a cautionary tale of what happens when vulnerability meets unchecked power. The shift wasn't accidental or gradual, it was methodical and intentional. Coordinated appearances, carefully curated displays of control, moments staged purely for optics, all designed to chip away at his independence and credibility.
If he's in a act that he could give him a Grammy, what kind of power, who he doing, or what he know that he could get that done? That's some kind of spooky shit, bro. No disrespect. That's real spooky. If he could promise somebody. And good thing the kid didn't believe him, because if the kid would believe him, he might have got his booty hole tore up. So my whole thing about it is, listen here, man. He has to have some real power, but he showed us his power.
Say that. Gene did.
Remember at the BET Awards? Remember when they was trying to go to commercial? And he said, nah, we're not good. Whoever done that, bro? Whoever stopped what was said, but the kid said, he told him, this is somebody I admire. This is somebody you got high aspirations for, that you want to be like. Look and see what he doing.
Exactly.
This is what you should be doing.
They want to make him dependent upon them
wasn't about
for his
bias.
career. No
It was
doubt.
about recognition. The city could see one of its own being strategically outplayed. Built on instinct, awareness, and a keen sense of power shifts, Philly knew when someone's strength had been quietly chipped away. From that vantage point, it was obvious. Meek's independence had been worn down, and the confidence that once defined him was no longer entirely his own.
He'll pay us $1 million right quick, or $300,000, whatever, if he wants stuff to go away. And, I'm sure those insurance companies that he has that mainly, y'all don't know, is the one that be paying those things out. I try to educate y'all on, is usually your company insurance companies that pay them out and make the decisions when you have the business insurance, or the businesses, you have the different type of insurance that make you pay out the thing. Because by the time you have all the different lawyers and stuff involved, it's just as quick to settle a case. So that's unfortunately is what's happening to Puffy. Everybody's gonna come out of the woodworks. So I'm not trying to say that he don't deserve any of these lawsuits. I don't believe about Meek Mills. I'm a Meek Mill fan. I don't know what happened. I noticed when he talked about it, though, Meek Mills didn't deny it.
You got a point there.
Like I said, I don't want to believe that that's
you
true.
made it over.
But I'm one of those like y'all. When people don't say, you motherfucking crazy. I ain't never did no like that. Then it's
Jenny
usually
said
some
Cassie
smoke.
paid the way for other victims to get justice. No doubt.
With that fire.
No
And
doubt.
so I'm not up here saying Meek Mills
They
was
just said I
involved
did.
in that
Thank
thing.
you for being
I'm
here.
not saying Usher.
This is the quiet reality of the industry. People aren't broken by brute force. They're molded through obligation. When you convince someone they owe you everything, they'll endure pressures they would have never tolerated on their own. In that environment, success often
Now
comes
they're
at the
showing,
expense of the very identity
Diddy
that earned it.
and DJ
Meek's
Khaled.
public struggles weren't random. They were purposeful. Within the Diddy circle, his unraveling served a role. He wasn't just a victim. He became a case study. Later reports suggested his story was leveraged as a warning to others, an example of what compliance looks like, wrapped in the illusion of opportunity. The psychology is precise. If someone of Meek's stature could be bent, why resist? His visibility normalized control, turning what appeared to be success into a silent cautionary tale for anyone stepping into the system after him.
Investigator to find out why his name is being tied in with the Diddy allegations. Back in February, Diddy was sued by a former employee for assault. The lawsuit included redacted names, and fans believe that Meek Mill was one of those names. The lawsuit was filed by Rodney Jones, and he alleges that Diddy told him he had relations with an unnamed rapper. The footnote of the lawsuit claims that that rapper is from Philadelphia and activated
Please
Nicki
share out the
Minaj.
live, y'all.
At the time,
Make sure
Meek
you
Mill
share it out.
tweeted denying the
some
allegations
people
that
didn't
they were
make it
talking
over.
about him. He denied being gay or doing any drugs, and he made multiple tweets about this, completely denying that he had any sort of personal relations with Diddy in that way. Now, many months later, as Diddy is still being investigated, Meek put out another tweet. He says, "I want to hire an investigative team, $100,000."
Point in my life, like, we all grew up in the streets and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time.
That Grammy promise wasn't exclusive to Lil Rod. It was a pattern repeated over and over. The method was straightforward yet calculated. Offer recognition, prestige, and access, then quietly capture moments of concession to lock in loyalty and compliance. What seemed like opportunity was actually leverage, transforming ambition into obligation and turning success into a carefully managed exchange. Showing someone that others have already been compromised isn't persuasion. It's psychological pressure designed to make resistance feel futile and draw them into the same system. Meek wasn't targeted for personal reasons. He was made into a cautionary example, part of a deliberate pattern. Exploit vulnerability, create obligation, and use that leverage to influence the next target. Once that framework is clear, his frantic reaction when the story resurfaced makes sense. In February 2024, the Lil Rod lawsuit thrust a Philadelphia rapper previously linked to Nicki Minaj back into the headlines. The response wasn't calm denial, it was overt damage control. Legal analysts noticed immediately. Confidence rests on solid facts and measured counsel, while panic shows itself through hurried attempts to shape the narrative.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, there's only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy is black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black that
I think he was an
Rat
op
Pack.
too, sis.
And I don't want to even say their
Tyrone,
names, but
I
they
think
said I got
differently
their
about
names
him
wrong
now.
last time. What's his name?
You think Jamie Foxx the ops?
What's the other guy? Leonardo. Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats, but I heard that that's not only the tape that's being.
Reggie Wright put it plainly. Lawyers spotted desperation immediately, and desperation often leads to costly missteps. What stood out even more was what everyone else could see. Meek never offered a straightforward denial. Instead, his response grew louder, more erratic, and increasingly unsteady, exposing pressure where confidence should have been. Those tweets weren't a defense. They were a window into panic. When someone lashes out at reporters merely for citing court records, it's rarely about clearing their name.
Yeah.
It's about shielding sensitive truths. Panic
Yeah, no,
invites mistakes,
I don't like Reggie
and
the Rat Wright
mistakes
Jr. at
create
all.
formidable enemies.
And seems
I
probably
don't
some
believe nothing he say.
unscrupulous that went down and was like, ooh, I was there.
I be thinking he trying to be cool.
I
but
hope
he
they
ain't.
don't got me on tape. They feeling a certain way. So they're not going to speak on nothing until they've been approached with something.
Delray Richardson.
You got to
taking
realize when
Reggie the Rat
Homeland
Wright
Security
Jr.
get
out.
their
Well, I
evidence
love
together,
watching him talk
they're
about
going to
it.
send agents out. You understand? They might send an agent out to me. Yo, what do you know? What have you heard? What have you seen? What's been going on? You know what I'm saying? You know, did this happen when you was around him? Did this happen back in the day? That's what they're going to want to know. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to send investigators out. They're going to send people out for anybody that they can get some information from to help their case. So those celebrities ain't gonna say nothing. You know, you got your man Stevie J speaking on it right now. He'll be one of the first dudes that they probably pull to the side and say, yo, well, you say that your man, I heard you on TMZ said that he never did this and he never did that, but ain't this you? If those pictures or those films or anything like that exist. You know what I'm saying? That's what they pay those agents to do.
That's a play.
So, of course, I don't believe that none of the people who are his celebrity friends is going to speak or say nothing until they're either contacted or they know what they really got.
So you feel like they might be worried that they might be on tape at one of Diddy parties doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing?
I think that the celebrities that may be worried is because what Lil Rob said. Lil Rob said in his affidavit that
Sis said Ashton
Diddy
been real
had
quiet,
every room
being as close
and bugged.
as he was with Diddy and Danny Masterson.
Diddy had.
I haven't heard nothing
Can you
from
imagine? He had every.
I saw that
room
video
taped
one time where he
and
was at a
bugged,
game or something.
and they found little bugs or little tape
He looked
recorders.
blasted.
I mean, little those micro projectors or whatever like that, or video cameras. They found them in the house, bro. So by them having those things in the house, and people know there's drugs, there's alcohol, there's loose women, there's loose men, woman on woman.
I'm not condoning what it sounds like on you know when Will Smith get in
You mean you talking about Diddy is in prison
video
now?
and
Lord?
camera and audio. I'm not trying to condone what it sounds like when Meek Mill get in that. You know what I'm saying? And saying on camera, on video. I'm not trying to get, you know what I'm saying, all in between the business of, you know what I'm saying, Reginald Bill Johnson getting in that.
That's
you know
the
what I'm
dad
saying?
off of Family Matters.
You know what I'm saying? But what I'm
Danny
talking
Masterson.
about is some real
Oh,
gangster.
is
some
he?
real
I didn't know that.
You know what I'm saying? You wanted that dick in your
I gotta make sure I
you
go
want
look
that dick in your ass. You want that extra $1 million or whatever the case may be, and you can't blame the person that gave it to you.
Not surprising though.
And that's Puff. Puff like the, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna blame that man. You know what I'm saying? Because he like the. I was like, yo, man, no, thank you. That's simple, man. You know, I got a couple $1 million just saying I don't want to. Tell your truth. You know what I'm saying? Tell your truth. You know what I mean? Like, I'm used to certain things, like, yo, man. Yo, man,
Scientology protected him for a long time, like
but if you
Jada
want to
and
stay in the
Will.
room, man, you and a lot of people got Puff, fuck a lot of people, and it's not nothing wrong with who he, how he them. It's all on video and audio. And now,
suddenly, what once seemed like coincidence starts to feel like consequence. In December 2024, Meek shared footage of himself unconscious next to his new Civic truck, claiming the brake pedal had failed. Many online interpreted it differently as a warning. In that world, nothing is accidental. Every detail carries weight. Every action has a cost. Consider this. A brand new car losing its brake pedal on day one is highly unusual, raising immediate red flags. But the deeper caution wasn't about the vehicle. It was a signal of how disposable he had become.
Everybody was passed out. I don't drink, so I was playing that shit off like I don't drink. I smoke. Like I smoke and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed
I
out.
want to know who this guy is right here.
Room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the door and I brought the phone because Diddy started
Me
going
neither.
in
That's what
overdrive.
threw
I
me
ain't know
off,
what the was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard struggling to take dick. I heard being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling. Like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded.
Listen carefully to his tone. That's not ordinary frustration. It's fear sharpened by awareness. Saying they tried to send me back isn't paranoia once you understand how those power structures operate. That's instinct responding to real danger. But secrets with that much value
I
rarely
want my
stay
face was
hidden,
stuck like this.
especially when money enters the
Like,
picture.
what?
What once functioned as protection through control slowly became a liability, completely shifting the balance of power. Material allegedly gathered to enforce silence is now rumored to be moving beyond anyone's control, and Meek's name has been pulled into the fallout. It's the clearest proof yet that systems built on leverage don't last. They eventually collapse under their own weight.
Oh man. Let's give it up to Fairy Tale. I'll let me send a like on her content so we can help her out on that. Shout out to Big Gene. Always shout out and mad respect to Big Gene. Shout out to Orlando Brown. And the other brother, I don't know who he was, but shout out to him, the one that was saying he put the phone to the door and recorded it. Shout out to him. If anybody can find out who that is, let me know. Love to have him on the show. So thank y'all for coming over from TikTok and joining me for segment 3 of hashtag I'm gonna say it over here. I don't know. We still got a strike over there for something. I don't know. That platform is crazy. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know. But thank y'all anyways for joining. I hope y'all have a great day. Remember on Tuesday to go and listen to the Carolina Nexus podcast. We have hashtag True Podcast too. I have to find out when that is, but make sure you can go on Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube to find hashtag True Podcast. Make sure we follow that. Make sure Friday you tune in. Go up to OCWA's. I think it's Friday Night Feud. It's Friday Night Fight Club this Friday. So tune in to Friday Night Fight Club. Go over to Twitch. Subscribe to the channel MC3SFT9. Join us at 7:30 Friday night for OCWA's Friday Night Fight Club. I don't know if I'm gonna be in it, man. I'm gonna lose the streak. I lost a chance to win that Intercontinental Championship last night. I don't know. I'm gonna lose the streak. I gotta get myself together. I don't know. I don't know what I gotta do. I don't know if I needed to go do some push-ups or what, but I gotta get back on track. If you haven't subscribed to the channel here, please subscribe to the channel. G Smooth 404, the one that you want right now. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Click that bell icon so you'll be notified when we go live. And if you're not following us over on TikTok, it's G Smooth 404 over there as well. Make sure you go and join us. But make sure you subscribe here. That's the main thing. Make sure you subscribe here. Make sure you share out the content. I appreciate it. On behalf of my moderators and I, like we always say, we thank you for your presence. Your presence is a gift to us, and it's a gift that we are grateful for. And we pray that you come back and join us again, be it here or on TikTok, wherever you can find us at. You're welcome on both platforms. As we always say, we don't gatekeep information. If there's any audio that we listen to and you would like to go back and watch the video in its entirety at your leisure, please get with me or one of my moderators and let us know that, hey, I would like to watch that video that you played that I was listening to. You know, I want to hear it, and so I can go back and analyze it and see what I pick up, stuff like that. And we'll definitely provide that for you. Like I said, we don't gatekeep information here at all. We don't do nothing like that. Again, some things said on our show is alleged. All things are for entertainment and educational purposes. That's it. You know. This has been your self-proclaimed favorite news reporter, Mr. Breaking News. Reporting live from the newsroom. We're signing off from the newsroom. And you know how it is. If anything else come across the wire, we'll bring it to you. We'll keep you in the know. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. Sis said, be safe and have a blessed day, y'all. Absolutely. And hey, remember, you all can be anything in the world. Anything in this world. Be somebody. Be the difference. Be a change. Be about love. Help those. That's what it's about. I love y'all to life. Peace and blessings to you all.